All right. We are going to finish up Miranda's perspective today. So we're looking at how the play went down in her perspective. If you remember back, she did not perform her spot as Emily Gibbs. Via did, and we're going to find out how and why and all that good stuff. So let's take a look. Extraordinary, but no one there to see. Neither my mother nor my father could come to see the play on opening night. My mother because she had things at work. And my dad because his new wife was going to have her baby any second now and he had to be on call. Zach couldn't come to opening night either. He had a volleyball game against Collegiate he couldn't miss. In fact, he had wanted me to miss the opening night so I could come cheer him on. My friends all went to the game, of course, because all their boyfriends were playing. Even Ella didn't come. Given a choice, she chose the crowd. So, on opening night, no one that was remotely close to me was even there. And the thing is, I realized in the third or fourth rehearsal that I was good at this acting thing. I felt the part. I understood the words I spoke. I could read the lines as if they were coming from my brain and my heart. And in an opening night, I could honestly say I knew I was going to be more than good. I was going to be great. I was going to be extraordinary. But there was no one there to see. We were all backstage, nervously running through our lines in our heads. I peeked through the curtain at the people taking their seats in the auditorium. That's when I saw Augie walking down the aisle with Isabel and Nate. They took 3 seats in the 5th row, near the middle. Augie was wearing a bow tie, looking around excitedly. He had grown up a bit since I had seen him last, almost a year ago. His hair was shorter, and he was wearing some kind of hearing aid now. His face hadn't changed a bit. Davenport was running through some last-minute changes with the set director. I saw Justin pacing off stage left, mumbling the lines nervously. "Mr. Davenport," I said, surprising myself as I spoke. "I'm sorry, but I can't go on tonight." Davenport turned around slowly. "What?" he said. "I'm sorry. Are you kidding?" I muttered, looking down. I don't feel well. I'm sorry. I feel like I'm going to throw up." This was a lie. "It's just last-minute jitters." "No, I can't do it. I'm telling you." Davenport looked furious. "Miranda, this is outrageous." "I'm sorry." Davenport took a deep breath like he was going to restrain himself. To be truthful, I thought he looked like he was going to explode. His forehead turned bright pink. "Miranda, this is absolutely unacceptable. Now go take a few deep breaths and I'm not going on," I said loudly, and the tears came down my eyes fairly easily. "Fine," he screamed, not looking at me. Then he turned to the kid named David, who was on the set director. "Go find Olivia in the lighting booth. Tell her she's filling in for Miranda tonight." "What?" said David, who wasn't too swift. "Go!" shouted Davenport in his face. "Now!" The other kids had caught on to what was happening and gathered around. "What's going on?" said Justin. "Last minute change of plan," said Davenport. "Miranda doesn't feel well." "I feel sick," I said, trying to sound sick. "So why are you still here?" Davenport said to me angrily. "Stop talking and take off your costume and give it to Olivia, okay? Come on, everybody. Let's go, go, go." I ran backstage to the dressing room as quickly as I could and started peeling off my costume. 2 seconds later, there was a knock and Via half opened the door. "What is going on?" she said. "Hurry up, put it on," I answered, handing her a dress. "You're sick?" "Yeah, hurry up." Via, looking stunned, took off her t-shirt and jeans and pulled the long dress over her head. I pulled it down for her and then zipped up the back. Luckily, Emily Webb didn't go out until the 10 minutes into the play, so the girl handling their hair and makeup had time to put Via's hair up in a twist and do a quick makeup job. I've never seen Via with a lot of makeup on. She looked like a model. "I'm not even sure I'll remember my lines," Via said, looking at herself in the mirror. "Well, your lines." "You'll do great," I said. She looked at me in the mirror. "Why are you doing this, Miranda?" "Olivia!" It was Davenport and Hush shouting from the door. "You're on in 2 minutes. It's now or never." Via followed him out the door, so I never got the chance to answer her question. I don't know what I would have said anyway. I wasn't sure what the answer was. The performance. I watched the rest of the play from the wings just off stage. Next to Davenport, Justin was amazing, and Via in her heartbreaking last scene was awesome. There was one line she flubbed a bit, but Justin covered for her, and no one in the audience even noticed. I heard Davenport muttering under his breath, "Good, good, good." He was more nervous than all the students put together. The actors, set directors, the lighting team, the guy handling the curtains. Davenport was a wreck, frankly. The only time I ever felt any regret, if you could even call it that, was at the end of the play when everyone went out for their curtain calls. Me and Justin were the last of the actors walking out on stage, and the audience rose to their feet when they took their bows. That, I admit, was a little bittersweet for me. Hey, buddy. But just a few minutes later, I saw Nate and Isabel and Augie make their way backstage, and they all seemed so happy. Everyone was congratulating the actors, patting them on the back. It was the crazy backstage theater mayhem where sweaty actors stand euphoric while people come worship them for a few seconds. In that crush of people, I noticed Augie looking kind of lost. I cut through the crowd as fast as I could and came up behind him. "Hey," I said, "Major Tom." After the show. I can't say why I was so happy to see Augie again after so long or how good it felt when he hugged me. "I can't believe how big you've gotten," I said to him. "I thought you were going to be in the play," he said. "I wasn't up to it," I said. "But Via was great, don't you think?" He nodded. 2 seconds later, Isabel found us. "Miranda," she said happily, giving me a kiss on the cheek, and then to August. "Don't you ever disappear like that again." "You were the ones who disappeared," Augie answered back. "How are you feeling?" Isabel said to me. "Via told us you got sick." "Much better," I answered. "Is your mom here?" said Isabel. "No, she had work stuff, so it's actually not a big deal for me," I said truthfully. "We have 2 more shows anyway, though I don't think I'll be as good an Emily as Via was tonight." Nate came over, and we had basically the same conversation. Then Isabel said, "Look, we're going to have a late dinner and to celebrate the show, and are you feeling up to joining us? We'd love to have you." "Oh, no," I started to say. "Please," said Augie. "I should go home," I said. "We insist," said Nate. By now, Via and Justin had come over with Justin's mom, and Via put her arm around me. "You're definitely coming," she said, smiling her old smile at me. They started leading me out of the crowd, and I have to admit, for the first time in a very, very long time, I feel absolutely happy.